I don't know if this is going to become a thing, but this episode's whiskey is Japanese Harmony. I like it. It's good. Hello everybody, Nico Lini here, the manager of Nico and Friends, bringing you another installment of everybody's favorite segment, Writer's Words. I hope it's everybody's favorite. Well, if you prefer to watch Razzle play as arcade games, I understand. So, if you're unfamiliar with this segment and you're just joining us, Writer's Words is an out-of-character series on this channel, because it would be really weird just to have Nico, the Muse, the Blue Rabbit, or Razzle, or whoever, talking about how I write them in stories. So, I know this kind of ruins the immersion factor for you believing that this is a channel run by animal characters, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'd rather have all my stuff in one central place than everywhere. Anyways, today we're gonna be going over a very important concept to me for writers and anybody involved in general, creative endeavors. It is the idea of the storyteller versus the status seeker. This is something I've actually gotten from Donald Maas. Those of you who have read his stuff, you probably know what I'm about ready to head right into. If not, then check it out. So Donald Maas is a guy who works as an editor. I think he's an upper editor at some publishing place over in New York. That's how well researched we are on this series. But what I like about him is he's done numerous books on writing, such as The Fire in Fiction, my first exposure to Mr. Maas, and I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but whatever. And I later picked up his book, Writing the Breakout Novel, which is essentially like almost a greatest hits collection of some of his chapters and essays from other works that he's done. This guy, I don't know if he's written fiction, but he sure writes like it, if that makes any sense. A lot of his books really dig into fiction, what makes a good story, and he goes really into it. Like this, if he doesn't write, then he's an example of how somebody who's well read can tell you what works for a good story, because he seems like somebody who really wants a good story, and he wants people to be able to hammer out just really good stories. So let's go over this. So what is a storyteller? Well, Maas feels that a storyteller is somebody whose burning passion is to write. These are people who are driven to write that story. They have the characters, the scenes, the plot, the messages, the morals, the areas, everything just burning, just wanting to get out, wanting to escape. And these are guys that will do anything to write. These are people that all they care about is writing. Okay, it might not be that all you care about is writing, but like, because, you know, I'm a man of many talents. I'm a man of many interests. And writing is but one of them. But when I write, it's writing to tell a story. I'm not doing it for fame, for fortune, for anything. These are people who, when they get a rejection letter back, they pull their manuscript and they go, all right, let me see how I can make this better. Not to get it sold, but to tell a better story. These are the people that sit very attentive in the workshops, taking notes and going, okay, and then you know what they were up to, so you can give them better insight so they can work on their story. These are people where money is not the end, but a means to an end. As Walt Disney once famously said, I don't make movies to make money, I make money to make movies, right? Money makes the world go round. Walt realized that, storytellers realize that, but they're so driven primarily because they want to write and do stories. The status seeker, on the other hand, is driven more towards fame and fortune. These are the people that start a YouTube channel because they want to make money off of it, not because they want to entertain, right? These are people who want their name in the headlights. They want the book deals. They want the movie deals. They want to be front advertising in Barnes & Nobles or whatever the heck. These are people that just care about making the money, making the fame, making the fortune, and these people predictably burn out very quick. This is a recurring thing that you'll see in a lot of creative fields. The people who only care about the fame, the fortune, and see writing as a means to an end rather than the end itself, they burn out quickly. Actually, they get set very straight. Now, Maas makes it clear that in the beginning you might think you're one way, but time will tell if you're another way. And that these definitions, like most things, aren't very clear. They're not, what he means is they're not strict, you know. One could be more of a storyteller, but kind of be a little bit more driven by the potential of fame and fortune, or one could be driven by fame and fortune, or want to make money, or want to monetize and get their name out there, but also really be good at storytelling and want to tell a good story, right? It's never as black and white as is, but I think this is an important thing to keep in mind when you're doing things, because when it just comes to trying to start a career or any type of thing, you are going to be put to the test, right? And if you are only in writing or a creative field just to make money, right, you don't have this want to be a master cartoonist or a master writer, that you're not writing stories just because you have to write, you have to tell the story, just you're in it because you think it's a way to make money and live easy and live the life that you want, then there's a door. Get out. We don't need you here. We don't want you here. And that might seem harsh. You know, it might be like, Nico, why are you gatekeeping? Because these people are in the wrong place. Go get a degree and work some cozy office job where you make easy money or some BS like that, right? It's important to keep in mind. It's important to know what you are, which one you are. And it's just, I don't know. I think it's an important distinction to make. It's an important thing to keep in mind, because it's really a question of, who are you? Which one are you? Why are you here? What's your motive for writing and why? And what are you willing to do to get that stuff out there? You know? Because when you get past the idea of, I'm writing because I want to write, you move into the ideas of things like selling out, right? A lot of people say, oh, this band sold out because more people like it. But it may just be a matter of the band tried a new direction, people liked it, and they went with it. Just because they felt like doing it. Not because they were selling out. Because you can think that you're in it to write stories, but then make little subtle changes or do things willingly or unwillingly to make yourself more appealing, to get yourself sold more. But we see this all the time. People who say things like, only erotic fiction or erotic work sell, so I'm just going to write that, because anything that's SFW, safe for work, anything that's, you know, a kid-friendly or young adult-friendly or whatever that isn't packed to the brim with sexual material won't sell, or will have a harder time selling. If you don't want to write that stuff, but you do it anyways because it sells, hey, you're a sellout. Sorry. It's, I'll take my little whiskey here. What, you think I only use these in the intro? I take drinks. Good stuff. Anyways, to return back to our topic at hand, I'd like to quote Rush, The Spirit of Radio, one of my favorite songs ever. And Geddy Lee sings, all this machinery making modern music can still be open-hearted. Not so fully charted, it's really just a question of your honesty. Yes, your honesty. One likes to believe in the freedom of music, but glittering prizes and endless compromises shatter the illusion of integrity. Think about that for a second. Glittering prizes and endless compromises shatter the illusion of integrity. That's some heavy stuff. And what Geddy Lee is saying there is, you know, you could be doing music or writing because you want to, because you really feel it, and you have this freedom of speech to write and say and do whatever you want, but that integrity of saying what you really want is shattered and challenged by compromises, by making changes so more people will buy it, or glittering prizes, a prize money, a career, or whatever. You should be doing these things, the things that you really want to do, right? As a creator, don't let other people restrict or constrict you, especially this day and age where you no longer need to rely on a publisher, right? You could self-publish through Amazon, and while you might not have the weight a publisher can give you, you have the freedom. There's always a trade-off. Always. So that's where I want to leave you at. I don't want to drag this out too long, and I don't really know what else I could say on that topic right here and there. This is very off the cuff, so sorry if I seemed a little repetitive, but that's generally what it boils down to: the status seeker versus the storyteller, and being honest with yourself and being self-aware enough to know which one you are, and deciding what to go from there. So that's all I got. Also, as my characters have been pushing recently, we have a kit in the link down below. What is a kit? A kit is a super awesome thing where you can make different lists, or different kits as they call them, stocked with different items that contain links to Amazon pages. Anything you purchase through those Amazon links on my kit, which I'll link in the description below, will go towards financing the channel. It's a small little bit commission, but every little bit helps us. I'm also going to throw up a Ko-fi link. Ko-fi is a cute little site where you can buy me a coffee. You don't have to buy coffees, but there are $3 donations, at least $3 donations, and it's termed buying a coffee, so it's a cute little thing that they're doing for that. We also have our Patreon going as well, so pick and choose which one you want to do. If you want to Patreon us, that's great. I really appreciate that. I am working on some rewards that I can get you guys, other than just like a Discord link, a Discord title, or a special thing. I really want to think of something. So if you guys have any ideas on groovy things I can do for you guys as Patreon rewards, or any of my characters can do for you, let me know. What else? So yeah, pick and choose. If you want to just toss us a tip, Ko-fi it up. Want to toss us a pledge for the long term, Patreon it up. And that's pretty much it. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Razzle's got his own Twitter. I have my own Twitter as well. I'll link that down below too. Facebook page, I think I mentioned that already. So before I ramble on any more longer, my name is Nico Lini, the manager. This has been Writer's Words, and if there's any topics or subjects that you're interested in that you want to hear me blabber on about, let me know in the description down below, and I'll take a look in it and see what I can give you. That's all I got. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching, and right on.